Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to Movies Week that start with Consonants Month. And we are going to be reviewing today a animated classic from Disney, not any of the recent stuff that they've done. This is when Walt was alive. This was one of his biggest movies with animals in it, and this is before Lion King and Tarzan and all these others. And that is the original Bambi, letter B. Now, this is the two-disc special edition that came out in the 2000s. What can I say about Bambi, the original Bambi? I do have the sequel. I'm going to show it later this month because I got it on Blu-ray. But Bambi is a classic. Like, this is one of the best Disney movies with a all animal cast. There's not a single human being in this whole movie except mention of man. And it's a short story, but it's really, really fun. I mean, it's a classic hand-drawn animation, beautiful colors and saturation, and the surroundings in the forest look wonderful. The score's top notch. You have the score where the deer are running from the fire, and there's the score when Thumper's sliding on the ice. It's really well done. There's some songs in the movie, but the animals don't sing. It's just a bunch of birds like, let's sing a song about spring, la la la, sing la la la, la la la, la la la. Yeah, and there's another one that's like drip drip dum da da April showers dun da da dun da da dun da da dun. It's a wonderful movie. Like, this is a massively made animated film. The voice actors are mostly children who do the voice of the animals, Bambi, Thumper, and Flower. And there's a lot of iconic scenes when the butterfly goes on Bambi's tail, and the scene where he meets Flower in the inside of the flowers when he's smelling them. The scene where Thumper kicks his foot. There's a lot of iconic scenes. The scenes in the snow are beautifully animated. The one thing that is kind of downbeat about this movie is that well, spoiler, if you haven't seen Bambi, what are you waiting for? It's a Disney classic. Halfway through the movie, Bambi's mother dies. So Disney wanted to get an emotional response from the characters, so he did a cliche now, but killing off a family member that's important to the main character, so he or she can grow. But it was done well. They don't show it. You hear the gunshot off screen, and you don't see it. So I didn't want to see the deer getting shot. That would have been too depressing, and I would have been like, oh my god. That's why my mom's not a fan of this movie, because of that. But they do show the great deer of the forest, which another spoiler is his father, who you learn more about him in the sequel, which I like about that. That's the one thing in the movie that was answered in the sequel, that who was Bambi's father, and they show more his relationship with his father. The characters are really likable and really cute. The voice actors are really cute. The film has a nice pacing to it. Beautiful colors. They show all the seasons, and the film. There's some moments that are dark, but they're not too dark, like that take you out of it. There's a scene that Bambi, when he grows up, he gets shot in the leg by man, but he doesn't die. I'm glad, because that would have made me depressed. There's a scene that he fights this pissed off deer like this. He has a mad face. Yeah, and don't get offended, Sean. Yes, he has the same face that Cavill has when he's frowning at Superman. He's just, I'm mad. I'm gonna steal your girl. And then the score, but the score is great because it's like, I'm like, the people back in the day when Disney was alive, they knew what they were doing when it comes to film scores. It's not like now where you're seeing a CW show and they put a stupid soundtrack in it that doesn't make any sense, trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy. No, you need atmosphere, and this movie has it. It's got beautiful music, beautiful animation, a stellar voice cast. Even when Bambi grows up and Thumper grows up a little bit more, and Flower, they're voiced by men, but it's well done. The voice actors actually sound like older versions of them, and they're still likable. Also, I forgot to mention Friend Owl, who's the elder of the group. He's the owl that sleeps during the day in the tree, and Bambi wakes him up or whatever, and Thumper wakes him up, and but he's a likable character. He's got a lot of personality, and he tells them about in the springtime that they get Twitter pated. No, not Twitter. Like tweeting on Twitter. he meant falling in love. You know, that people, the animals are gonna get those feelings. But it's cute, a flower finds a girl that has a cute little voice as she's like hiding in the flowers. Thumper finds a brown, like a brownish, like golden bunny that has a cute little voice, and she has like red cheeks. It's really cute. Like, this is a very cute movie. Feline is a girl that Bambi meets when he's a kid, and he's like, I don't want to talk to her, and he's like really shy. I can relate to Bambi. Yeah, I'm not a four-legged deer, but I was really shy around girls when I was a kid. I could barely look at a girl or talk to them sometimes when I was a kid. I was like, not because I was scared, just I was timid. I wouldn't have not been able to do a YouTube video back in the 80s or the early 90s because I was so shy to look at a camera. Now I've been in front of my camera my whole life, so the camera's my friend. Yes, it is. Anyway, Bambi, it's 70 minutes long. It goes real quick. I used to watch this when I was a kid all the time. I had a triple feature of The First Land Before Time, this movie, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, another movie I want to review because that's also a classic. The film is full screen because it's an animated film from I think the 40s or the 50s. Let me see. It doesn't say, but if you have not seen Bambi, I would recommend it. And I know there's like a Blu-ray that recently came out. This is the first edition that my sister got for Christmas a long time ago. But it's a really wonderful film, and it's got a lot of heart to it. It's got a lot of good visuals. It's got stellar animation. There's the disc with him and Feline when they see each other, and she likes to lick his face, and this is one of my favorite scenes here, where Bambi goes on the ice and he wants to skate with Thumper, and he like falls on his face. I'm like, I know the feeling because, like Bambi, yes, when I first went ice skating, I fell on my face too. Actually, I fell on my knee, and it hurt like crazy. So, like I said, a lot of relatable things. And I know this is off topic, but I have more relatability with this deer that's a boy than a female character, hintity hint hint, that I have nothing in common with because I don't dress like that. Sorry, and I don't have a British accent, and I don't carry sticks. I have uh, baseball bats, which are more effective, and I'm more likable. Yeah, I'm not hated by a bunch of freaking guys that think, yeah, feminism. No, this movie doesn't have feminism. No, this was back in the day when Disney made classics. Anyway, yeah, when Bambi falls in love with Feline, he's like on a cloud, and the imagery is really well done. Like, this is the kind of Disney movie I want to see and show my kids one day if I have kids or adopt a kid. Yeah, because Disney movies are where it's at. Like the classics, there's some that you should wait until they're older, like Fantasia, because it's really creepy imagery in that, or the Black Cauldron, or uh, some stuff like that. Even Inside Out, because that's more for adults than for kids. But Bambi's a really good movie. A letter B. It's not a B movie. It's a great Disney classic, and it deserves the accolades it gets. It deserves the status it gets. It deserves to be called a Disney, classic from back in the day. And likable characters, great animation, and it's one of the most wonderful Disney films with only animals that I've ever seen. And don't remake this, Hollywood. You cannot do better than this. There's a reason they did a sequel decades after this, but they kept the spirit of the first film. They still did it hand drawn. They explained more about Bambi's dad, and they give him more to do, as a kid after his mom dies in the snow. Which, yeah, is tragic, but it's welcome because kids have to know that even in Disney films, death is imminent for every creature on this earth. But in due time. But it's still a really wonderful movie. It's not like it's downbeat for the rest of the film, and I really enjoy Bambi for what it is as a childhood favorite and as an adult. So that's Bambi. It's a classic. There's nothing to rant on. Just I think a film could have been a little bit longer. Just but they definitely in Bambi 2 is like the extra footage that we needed. But I really enjoy Bambi, and I want you guys to see it too. And you can find it anywhere to stream, and they have it digitally through the Disney Rewards. So that's my review of Bambi. I wanted to take it easy because I've had a long week. It's been freezing here in New York City. Uh, Justice League is next week, and I'm going to see that. That's the last movie I'm seeing because, yeah, that's all I have to say. But thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next review next time. See ya.